Modded.
Right, guys. Anyway, back with episode 52 of Show Me the Modded Thing. Christmas time. Have a cool Yule, everybody, and be safe and happy for the holidays. And first up, we have the Prince of Jank with his update on his grease gun blaster. Now, if society collapses and we're out on the street running from zombies, this is the guy I want to be stuck with, because he makes stuff out of everything. I mean, he must go places where a raccoon would say, "No, I'm not going there." This is brilliant. He says he has a handle on near the front of this blaster to make it so he actually has something to hold, which is quite useful. I also added a resistance band to the blaster with zip ties to make it fire a bit stronger, although it hasn't helped much. It also looks like it holds it together, which is brilliant. All very jank but working. I was not able to get the trigger mechanism working because I'm dumb and it's too difficult. I'd say have another think about it, mate. Just remember the rubber band and clothes peg guns from your not long ago youth, from my ancient youth. Think along those lines. Maybe you could work something up there. But yeah, this thing is just cobbled together from everything he's found. Out of the box thinking. Really, I mean, oh my God, just bits and pieces and hose clamps and I wouldn't be surprised if you found a kitchen sink in there somewhere. This guy's really just goes all out just to produce something interesting. Amazing stuff, absolutely amazing stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing it finished. Okay, next up we have Papa Bludgeon, and this episode is really Twilight build, because when I first saw it, this first photo, I thought, hang on, that looks like a normal blaster, until I realised that was the base blaster he started with. Then I saw the rest of the photo and said, oh, okay, we're back to the normal craziness that is Papa Bludgeon. Now, he says in his email, this is a Takzuka. I brought a Lannard Big Bullet a while back, and the initial idea was to stuff the internals into a Nerf Long Strike. Good luck with that. But the internals were too big for the shell. Aha! So I just removed the AR, made a few shell cuts to house the ejector collet for a silly shell, and called it a day. That was until a few weeks ago when I was cleaning out the garage and decided to finally give it a paint job, plus a few other upgrades from the leftover odds and ends. It's a fun little blast and I'm happy with results. Well, he doesn't give me any other details other than that. But as you can see, it went from a rather drab grey and yellow looking thing to this. Yeah. I'm assuming you pull that big white handle to cock it at the end, and it doesn't hit the inside of the shoulder stock. But what can you say about it except, yeah, that's Papa Bludgeon. Oh my God. And it looks like it has ejecting shells and cases and God knows what. Yeah, we're back to normal. We're back to Papa Bludgeon normal craziness. We need more nuts like this in the community. Just really clever, strange weirdness. Also, guys, when you send these in, give me a few details about it. FPS, springs, hardware, what you're using. People need to know. Okay, moving right along. We have one from a long-time contributor. Haven't heard from him a while. This is from John Thomas. And he says it's a Nerf Mega Motor Strike are made to look like a Warhammer 40k las rifle. I had to rewire the blaster so I keep it functional with the cuts I had to do in the bodywork. Nothing too crazy bodywork wise, as much as it is just a lot of Sintra plastic attached. Are you kidding me? I looked up a photo of the Motor Strike and they look nothing alike. You did a lot of work, unless you're referring to just basically putting a plastic box over the original bodywork, but that's still a lot of work, and that looks gorgeous. Of all the laser rifles I've seen in the Warhammer 40 thing, it looks very similar. I would think maybe a longer barrel and a bigger muzzle, but other than that, it's brilliantly done. Really like the weathering and the markings and everything. Very generic. so you can't really pin it down to any sort of particular era. Really nicely done, mate. Oh, he must have a workshop or something, because he does some precise builds, does John. And yeah, even the original way they did the laser rifle with the scope, that's totally impractical, the way it's buried in the top of the rifle. Yeah, really nice, mate. Really nice. Paint job's gorgeous, the wear and tear on it's gorgeous, even the kill marks on the butt there. Lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff. And I'm assuming, yes, he's even painted like an energy, monitor reader indicator on the side of it. I'm assuming it's painted on, unless he's put some sort of battery lights in there. Oh, and there's a battery door off a retaliator there on the side. Oh, very nicely sourced and done. And the more I look at it, the closer I can see he's cut little parts off actual Nerf blasters and just glued them on or stuck them on as extra raised detail. Really nicely done. I'm assuming it still fires as well. Excellent work, John. Absolutely excellent. Now you've got to do a laser cannon. Okie dokie. Now, last up today, we've only got 4 entries, and I'm looking for more. Start spreading the word, get people out there and start sending things in. Lastly, we have the Darty Base Dart, and he's sent in a couple. The first, he says, is the AF Brute Pro is a commission to be given as a Christmas gift. Though I only received the request and the blaster a few days ago, so I think it came together rather nicely despite short notice. Good thing I have a stockpile of cool, unused components on hand for just such an emergency. Yeah, don't we all, mate? I removed the safety to make it a slight improvement to the trigger, added a 5-inch tight ball barrel, capped off with a flag and armour B-car and a custom barrel lock to keep it rock solid. Flat black vinyl dye for the main part of the shell, whereas the graphic panels have been wet sanded down to 400 grit and given custom hunter camouflage with all hand-cut stencils. The colours are black, metallic black and true orange. 2 coats of clear to seal the project. And that's all he tells me about that, so got no FPS details or anything, but very nice. He didn't even tell me what the base blaster is, and I honestly can't recognise it. Oh, there we go. It's an Avenged for something, it says on the side there, but very nice looking thing. I love the camouflage scheme. I'm actually in the middle of doing a orange and grey and maybe black camo for something. Don't know if I'll go for black. I'm thinking dark grey instead, but this is very nice. Love the colours. They all work together really well. Very nice, neat blaster and work he's done again. And just been recently talking to him online. He's actually in Canada, I found out. Really far north Canada in Manitoba. And apparently another case of he can only work certain times of the year, especially with paints and stuff because of the weather. So I guess stencils and vinyl stencils is the way to go. But really nicely done and really steady hand too. They look really nice. Well done, mate. And the next one he sent us is one of my favourites, the X-Shot Long Shot. I have one of these in the shed I'm preparing to paint to, and this is a godsend seeing this with a standard colour on the surface because I can see all the surface detail. Because I've got one with all those strange graphics on it, and it's hard to pick out the surface detail and hard to work out what to paint what colour. But this certainly clears it up, so I'll be using this photo as a reference when I get around to painting mine. But he says his is the X-Shot Long Shot he calls the XLS LX. Okay? It has the prerequisite ratchet mechanism removed. Yes, I'm going to do that too. Along with the heavy spring and the 40cm work of barrel, it hits about 215 FPS. Yes, I've done that as well. Mine's about 200. Very nicely done. It has a carbon fibre plunger tube. Haven't done that. The AccuBlue B-car and Tasco red dot sight atop a nice cantilever mount. Yes, I do like the look of that too. The foregrip is a PTS stubby in OD green to complement the colour scheme. Oh, okay. Didn't think to do that. Anyway, the base of the paint job is Duplicolor vinyl dye, flat black with and sand respectively. The pistol grip and butt pad are left black, and the rest of the parts are dusted with duplicate stainless steel to give them a metallic sheen. Oh, okay. To the sand bits, I sprayed Rust-Oleum Camo Odo Green only on the underside orientation to create a ombre shadow gradient. Oh, I see, okay. The green is cool because even though it is fairly durable finished, it has worn naturally on the points of contact over continued use, giving some authentic weathering. I see. Yes, if you don't understand what he's talking about there, he's sprayed the paint only from one point, so it's only picked up from below, and it's left, what would you saw, shadows where it didn't touch, so you see the sand colour coming through. It's a interesting effect. They use it a lot in special effects in movies and such like. It just gives you an instant sort of relief, very much like I forget what it's called. That one of the other contributors does it on his Blaster Builds, the comic book painting, where everything's highlighted strongly so you can see the difference between certain things. I see he's even painted the dart door black, which I didn't even know was there until I was fiddling around with it about 3 months after actually buying the thing. That really surprised me that it had a dart door. But yes, very nicely done and very useful for me because it'll allow me to actually work on mine now a lot more easily. I've got to get around to finishing off. Okie dokie. Now, that's it for this week. I would ask you all, if you're interested in this sort of thing and seeing this sort of thing, to spread the word. And if you've got blasters, anything you've modified, please send build details and images into Show Me the Modded Thing. Deadline is the 15th of the month and the movie's uploaded on the 20th. Thanks guys, see you all next year and be safe over the holidays.